We're starting something new here tonight. I've been doing a daily quick starter show since the 1st of January. So last night was episode 23 of the daily quick starter, where we've been going over and sharing a lot of information about how to be a successful entrepreneur, earn money from home, work from home, etc. And there's been lots of great things to share, and I have tons of other topics that I could cover. But I want to really make sure that these periscopes that we're doing and the replays are really actionable for people, that they're really able to get something that they can apply. What I've decided to do is I'm going to set a theme for each week. And then each day we're going to go deeper and deeper into that theme and cover the different topics under that theme, so that by the end of the week, you know everything you need to know to take that step in your business and put it into action. The other thing is that every week I'll be holding a live webinar too, where we'll be going in depth into that particular theme and whatever it is that we're doing, and making sure that we're teaching you what you need to know. So one of the things that marketers struggle with when they first come online, or people come online and they want to start an online business, or if you've been running an online business and you're not getting the results you want, is niches or niches, if that's how you prefer to pronounce it. So I want to talk a little bit tonight about the basics of niche marketing, because niche marketing is the way to make money online right now. And there's an approach to doing it and a way to do it, and that's what I want to focus on. I want to focus on teaching you that. So first, let's talk a little bit about what is niche or niche marketing and what is a niche. And so a niche is a very narrowly defined group of people or topic that they are all interested in, that either they want to pursue further, or that they have problems that they want to solve in that area, or goals that they want to achieve. There's all kinds of examples of niches. And some people say, well, would health and fitness be a niche? People want to be more healthy. And it is, but it's a very widely defined niche, and not one that I would suggest that you choose. Instead, you have to really break it down. You want to be really fine group of people that have a very specific thing. So health and fitness is one of the great areas to pick a niche in, but it should be something much more specific. And the example I always use, and people who probably watch my videos get tired of, rather than concentrating on, say, people who want to lose weight, which is an enormous market and you've got to compete against the gold gyms of the world, instead of that, concentrate on how you can help women that are about to be married lose 10 pounds before their wedding day. That is a narrowly defined niche, and a good example of a niche. That's a niche that people would be very interested in. And there's all sorts of them. There's all kinds of niches, and that's the good thing about having a narrowly defined niche, is when you pick a topic or a niche and it meets all the requirements that to be a good niche to make money in, then you can very narrowly define it, and by doing that, you eliminate a lot of your competition, because it's far more specific. When you go out and you're advertising, be it online, offline, whatever, and you say, hey, are you getting married this summer? Need to lose some weight? We can help you with that. If for someone who actually is a bride-to-be, they are going to look at that ad and they're going to say, hey, that's for me. That's me. If you just say, hey, lose weight, they'll be like, well, what's the difference between you and Nutrisystem and everything, other ways to lose weight? But if you define it down and say, hey, no, this is for brides who want to fit in their wedding dresses, then it's much better. So that's an example of a niche. And the way you make money in niche marketing is by specifically defining around a problem that you're going to help people solve, or a goal that you're going to help them achieve. When you help someone fix a very specific problem, then you become very important to them. And that is how niche marketing works. There's one other part of niche marketing that a lot of people don't talk about, and that I think needs to be part of your focus. And that is, you need to pick a great niche, but then within that niche, you need to build a tribe. You need to build a group of people who want to hear what you have to say. You need to create a community of people in that niche that are communicating with each other and also that are getting all of the information you're providing to help them solve their problems in that niche. And when you build a tribe, you create loyalty. You create that authority that you want to have in that niche. And that makes it so much stronger than just, hey, a funnel that, takes somebody who's interested in a particular thing, sends them a bunch of emails over time, and then hopefully they buy at the end. And if they don't, you drop them out. If you build a community around a niche, it's so much more powerful. So much more powerful. You need to pick a good niche, and you need it within that niche to build a tribe. I want to focus on what are the 4 elements of a good niche. What are the 4 things you want to look for in a niche to be able to say, hey, this is something that I should pursue further? Number 1, people in the niche should be irrationally passionate about that niche. Irrationally passionate. So it's not something that people are kind of interested in. It's not something that, it's a little hobby. When I get time, I spend a little time over there. You want something that people are obsessed with, something that people are really focused on, because that is where the passion is going to come, so that they will connect with you and they will stay connected and they don't just drift off. So you want irrationally passionate. Apple fans are irrationally passionate about Apple. You may not be able to duplicate that, but you want irrational passionate. People who are really into model trains are irrationally passionate about model trains. Number 2, you want a niche that is great in number. So it has to be a niche that is big enough to support you going after and the effort you're going to put into it, and ultimately would generate enough income back to you. But that's not as big as you would think, because 1,000 people really connected with you who are each paying you, say, $100 a year for the value you're giving them in that niche is $100,000 a year income. Nothing to scoff at. That's Kevin Kelly's 1,000 true fan rule. It doesn't have to be enormous. It doesn't have to be in the millions of people, but it needs to be in the thousands of people, or even preferably in the tens of thousands of people. And then you just have to get a little piece of it to have enough to build a viable business online. So irrationally passionate and great in number. And then the third thing is that they have to be easily reached. You have to have a way that you can actually advertise and get to and let these people in this niche know that you're there, know that you want to add value to them. So it has to be something that you can advertise to. There has to be a way you can get to them. And it doesn't necessarily have to be through advertising. If there's already, say, online groups, Facebook pages, Facebook groups that are attractive and active to this niche, if there's blogs that appeal to this niche, and you might be able to advertise on there, or you might be able to make connections through people who already have connections in the niche, that is ways of reaching the people in the niche. But there has to be a way to reach them. So they need to have kind of a central gathering place or some place that they frequent that you can actually advertise in or reach out to be able to make that connection. And then the last thing, most people only talk about those 3 things in niches, but there's one thing that is super important, and that is they have to be willing to pay for the value that you add. Some people are very involved in niches. They're very involved in a particular topic that would qualify as a niche, and they may be great in number, and they may be easily reached, and they may be rationally passionate, but it's not something they're ever going to pay for. It's something that they do for free or for fun. It's not something that they invest a lot of money in. So you want a niche where people are already spending money. You don't want to come up with something new. You don't want to say, hey, this is a great niche. Nobody's got any products in here yet. Nobody has any products because they probably aren't willing to pay. There's not a great opportunity there. Otherwise, somebody else would do it. You want to find a niche that has products and you can come out with better products and beat them. But you want someplace where there's already products that people are already paying for. The niche has to have already shown their willingness to pay for value in that niche. So those four things, being irrationally passionate, great in number, easily reached, and willing to pay, are the four things you're going to go looking for in a niche. But that still leaves an enormously wide list of choices for you to choose from. So we need to narrow that down and come up with some ways to say, well, what is the right niche for you? What is the right niche that is going to leverage your unique abilities that you already have? And tomorrow, in our episode 2 of Niche Week of the Daily Quick Starter, we are going to go over that. And we're going to go over some techniques and methods that you can use to help identify where you can get the greatest value, where you add the greatest value to the people of the niche, and that meet those four criteria.